If you want to know how to edit in Tinkercad, this video will walk you through the fastest and easiest ways to modify your designs without starting over. Whether you're adjusting a simple shape, changing a grouped object, or fine-tuning a Scribble design, Tinkercad gives you a few powerful editing tools that can save you a lot of time. And if this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy software guides just like this. All right, let's jump in. First, open your Tinkercad project and select the shape you want to edit. The easiest way to modify a shape is by clicking on it, which reveals the white handles around the object. These handles let you resize the shape quickly and precisely. If you want to change the length or width, just drag the white squares on the sides. If you want to change the height, drag the white square at the top of the shape. This is one of the most basic but important editing tools in Tinkercad because it lets you reshape objects without deleting anything. You can also rotate objects very easily. Look for the curved arrows around the selected shape and drag them to turn the object in the direction you want. This is especially useful when you're arranging parts of a model and need everything to face the correct way. Small changes in rotation can make a big difference in how clean and accurate your final design looks. Next, let's look at changing the properties of a shape. When you select an object, the inspector window appears in the top right area of the screen. This is where you can fine-tune the shape settings. Depending on the object, you may see sliders for radius, steps, or sides. Radius is helpful when you want to round off corners. Steps can make curved shapes look smoother and more detailed. Sides control how many edges the shape has, which affects how close it looks to a circle or a polygon. If you want a shape to be part of the model, leave it as solid. If you want it to cut through another object, change it to hole. These settings are extremely useful when creating custom designs, cutouts, and layered models. Now let's move on to editing grouped objects. If you've already grouped several shapes together, you may think you need to ungroup everything before making changes, but Tinkercad gives you two different options. You can click Ungroup or use the shortcut Ctrl+Shift+G to separate the shapes back into individual pieces. This is the best option if you want full control over each part. On the other hand, if you only want to edit one piece without fully breaking the group apart, you can double-click the grouped object to enter Edit Group mode. This lets you move or resize one part while keeping the rest of the design grouped. That's a huge time saver when you're making small adjustments. Another important editing tool is alignment. If you're working with multiple shapes and want them lined up perfectly, select them all and click the Align tool or press L on your keyboard. Align helps you snap shapes to a shared center point or edge, which makes your design look much cleaner and more professional. It's especially useful when building symmetrical objects or stacking parts together. You can also use the Mirror tool to flip a shape along an axis. Select the object and click Mirror, or use M on your keyboard. This is perfect when you want to create an opposite version of a shape without rebuilding it from scratch. It can also help when you need both left and right parts of a design to match exactly. If you're editing a Scribble object, Tinkercad gives you another useful option. Select the Scribble shape and look for Edit Scribble in the inspector window. This takes you back to the 2D drawing pad, where you can modify the original lines and refine your sketch. This is the best way to fix a scribble without deleting it and starting over. It gives you more control over freehand designs and lets you improve the shape later if your first version wasn't quite right. So, to quickly recap, editing in Tinkercad is all about selecting the shape, adjusting its size, changing its settings, modifying groups, and using tools like Align, Mirror, and Edit Scribble to fine-tune your design. Once you get comfortable with these features, editing becomes much faster and much easier. You'll spend less time rebuilding objects and more time actually designing. If this Tinkercad tutorial helps you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more step-by-step software guides. It really helps the channel grow, and it tells me to make more tutorials like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.